Alright guys, and welcome back to Rimworld, episode 2. Let's get this disaster underway finally. Because with our characters, it probably will be a disaster. Also noticed we have a pet monkey. Whose monkey are you? You usually, when you start with an animal, the monkey will be bonded, to me. The monkey is my pet monkey. This is very silly. Alright, I'm going to let these guys pick up their weapons. And then I thought about putting the storage here, I think. So, let's do exactly that. We start with some wood, so let's make a wooden wall. We don't really care about the storage room's beauty. Beauty is a big thing in this game, but we're not going to care too much about it. Actually, I'll just extend that out that way. And we'll probably put a wooden door in here. If we're going to be living in the valley, we'll have the doorway there. Because this is where our farmland's going to be as well. So, who's going to be our constructor? That's the main thing. Who has the best construction? 3, 4... 4. I mean, we should probably have 2 constructors. Let's put that on to proper priorities, actually. You have the simple mode. This basically means just like, if it's ticked, you can do it. Or manual priorities where you change it to its priority. 1 being the most, and 4 being the least, and none being don't do this job. So we're both pretty good, so let's both be on 1 priority for now. You be on firefight, because both of these characters won't fight fires, which is ridiculous. Everyone wants to be a patient. Who's our best doctor? 9 and 7. You will be our Dr. Atomic Blum. Bed rest. Everyone wants to do bed rest. I will do doctoring if it's necessary, since I actually do have a reasonable doctor skill for a character which probably isn't prioritizing it. Everyone can flick switches. We'll put you on 3 actually. Since I only have 1 character that can warden, I will warden. Handling. What was handling again? Right. Animal stuff. Who's our best animal handler? Atomic Blum. So there we go. So while the monkey is my monkey, it's probably Atomic Blum who's going to end up training the monkey. We only have 1 cook who has 1 skill in cooking. This is going to be bad. We're going to need a cook ASAP, or Direwolf's pretty much going to spend the entire time learning to cook. So in fact, I'm going to put you on construction 2. That way, you will prioritize cooking over construction. Repairing, everyone can repair. Everyone can grow, but only Atomic Blom has any skill whatsoever. So we're actually going to put everyone able to grow, because 1 isn't that much better than 0. We have a 10 in mining for Direwolf. We'll actually put mining at 2 because we want the other things to be done first. Mining isn't so relevant in the first few days or the first season or 2. Plant cutting, everyone that can and will. I suppose everyone that can should mine. Wow, these characters are awful. Atomic Blom, you're going to be busy doing a lot of stuff, so I'm not so sure you should be the researcher, to be honest. Make me the researcher, and definitely me for the manager, since I'm passionate about it. Managing, again, as a mod skill. Managing lets me designate jobs generally. I don't have to specifically tell one pawn to do something over another, the manager will decide that for me. Okay, so let us get going, I guess. Colonists need beds, yes they do, but we also need to actually, I don't know, have a storage room first. The storage room is absolutely critical. Atomic bomb's just gonna do nothing, right? So let's actually give him some plant cutting to do. Are you prioritizing deconstructing? I suppose that's okay, actually. Since you don't have... Well, you should be building this, but I'll forgive it for now. We absolutely need to do plant cutting in here, though. Plant cutting versus harvesting. Harvesting will only chop the trees. Plant cutting will cut down everything, including trees. You want to do this if you're going to be building in that spot, or you just want to clear it out. If you're playing on a jungle map, areas get overgrown and then your pawns move very, very slowly across dense jungle flora, so you want to clear paths or build over the top once you're able to get the resources for it. Here we go. Taking apart the spaceship means we've got some extra components and steel. This is why it's not so important to have mining in the first season or two, because we generally start with enough to get us through. But I would like to see more action, so let's speed this along. You have different speed settings down here on the bottom right. There is key combos for it. Why? Oh, because you've got cryo sickness, I guess. You are sick. Yeah, you have cryo sleep sickness. So Direwolf is puking everywhere because he has cryo sleep sickness. He didn't wake up very well from his cryo sleep pod, which is fair enough. Let's actually take a look at their ages. Direwolf is 42, but his actual biological age is 91. The reason why there's two different ages is because it includes the years they were... Sorry, his biological age is 42, but his total age is 91. It includes the years they were in cryosleep, so you can imagine that like people have a pause on their body when they're in cryosleep. And I am 569 years old, so I spent, what is that? 546 years in cryosleep. Good. And Atomic Bomb's even worse. Spent 760 odd years in cryosleep. Sorry, 670 odd years in cryosleep. Jeez. Alright. So we have some very sleepy people here. Direwolf, the one that spent the least time in cryosleep, is the one that ended up with cryosleep sickness. So, now that they've built the basic... Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff here. Now that they've built the basic structure of our starting storage room, we're going to build them some houses. And the way I like to build beginning houses is like this. Probably saw this in my vlog. Reason why is it gives them a decent amount of room for their personal bedrooms and it doesn't use very many resources. So, because pawns don't like sleeping together unless they are actually in a relationship, which, you know, to some extent understandable. If they're more aware of their situation, oops, derped there. It would be nice if they didn't mind sleeping next to each other, bunking up for a while, but such is life. And we need a fourth one, I guess. Somebody can go live over here. Oops. Also like making the houses separate, so if anything happens to one house, it's not going to affect the others. Generally, and we will make this more compact and more sensible later on. It's just this is how we're starting out. We also want to tell them they can make wooden floors in here. We want actual proper flooring in their buildings, because if they don't have it, then they'll view their bedroom as ugly, and that's not a good thing. Every pawn has emotional details, so if we look at needs, you'll see we have a mood. We get some buffs in the beginning of the game, new colony optimism and low expectations. If you have very low wealth, you get low expectations, which is good. And if it's very early in the game, you get new colony optimism. Survival package meals give you count as fine meals, which we'll get into that a little bit later. And feeling good is just random. But also you'll see constraining clothes, because I'm a nudist. I get a mood penalty to that. We probably will not let my character be naked just for the sake of armor, actually. It's not good to have no armor whatsoever. And 8 without a table. So after the houses are done, the first thing we'll probably do is build a hall or something, gathering space over here where they can eat and socialize. Cool. So let's just get on with that then. Those two are just going to do their thing while I build some huts. I should probably actually make sure that they're going to build doors in these huts. It'd be very bad to have no doors. There we go. Right, that building is now done over there. Zone, stockpile zone. We're not going to set anything just so it's generic, which means it'll store anything that needs storing. We will have separate storage later on, or more refined storage later on. Also, we are aware of this building here. It's called an Ancient Danger. We will crack this open at some point. This is a hollow building, but there is no way that these 3 characters right now could deal with this, and I don't have any intent on trying to not successfully win this scenario. We do want to actually try, so we're going to let things happen. We're not just going to crack it open for no reason. Cut down those trees, get them out of the huts. We have one house. And it's turning nighttime, so we'll probably put some sleeping spots in there, actually. They'll all be crammed in together. Sleeping spots are just areas where you tell your pawns to sleep without spending any materials. It's not a very nice thing. It's just basically telling them to sleep on the floor in that location. But it's going to be nighttime soon, and I'd like them to sleep inside if possible. Although I don't think they've built a roof here. Can I tell you to? Yes, prioritize building a roof. Thank you. No, you're going to get up and build a roof. There we go. Now they're technically under the roof, under this section here. Direwolf, go to bed. Alright. We'll just sleep through the night and see what happens. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. I suppose the thing that we should do now is we should set up some growing areas. And we will set this up right around here. No, it'll be fine. I was thinking you don't necessarily want to put these down because they won't necessarily harvest. You'll see that there's these bushes with the red dots on them. Those can be harvested for wild berries. I think wild berries are always raspberries, but you get the point. I'm just going to make 4 separate growing zones. They can actually be next to each other, but I'm just being a little bit pedantic. Potatoes is fine. We can't even grow. We don't have a decent enough grower for heel root. Heel root is a must, pretty much. But we'll set that to... That was a warning just then to tell me that that wasn't going to end up being grown. Cotton plants. And... corn's pretty good, but it grows very slow. But we will go with rice. Rice spoils quicker. That's why I was deliberating. Corn doesn't spoil very quick, but it also grows very slowly. Rice grows quickly, but it spoils quickly. That's the trade-off. And potatoes somewhere in between. So, Atomic Blonde's getting to work, growing us some delicious potatoes, which we're probably going to live off for a very long time. We have this muffalo herd out here, which we could hunt, but it would be pretty dangerous right now for us to do that. Because if this herd decided to turn on us for hunting them, we'd most certainly die at this point. Our settlement would absolutely be wiped out by a herd of muffalo, and we have no proper protection. So we're just waiting for buildings to be built. And then we're going to build some beds for our people to make their rooms even more comfortable. And some lighting. All of the above. Oh, that's one thing I didn't make sure. Hauling. Everyone needs to haul. There you go. Now we've got people making sure we're hauling things inside. That probably is the thing I should have made sure they did first, but kind of just zonked out. It's already the following night. But we nearly have all the huts built. There's something wrong with most of them. My character's going to help grow, which is nice. Everyone gets some skills up. At this point, it's kind of like these three characters can just do whatever they want because they're all kind of terrible at the jobs that they do. So they should all try and pitch in where they can. I think what we'll do is we'll start to designate some beds be built. We don't have any wood. Well, we probably do, but it's just not been put away. No, we just absolutely do not have any wood. Alright then, we'll order some more to be cut. So when they wake up in the morning, whoever can should. There we go. Alright. Pretty much nothing happens during the nighttime, but we could look around and see if we can spot anything else interesting on the map. Use this moment to do some scouting. Need a meal source, need defenses. Yes, I'm aware of both of these things. Thank you very much. Alright. We've got lots of steel on this map so far. Not so much compacted machinery. Compacted machinery is how you get components early on. There is a way to make components later. There's some compacted machinery. I think this is uranium. No, that's silver. And there's some more compacted machinery. And more. Okay, there's plenty of compacted machinery actually. That's nice. Alright. So we're not going to run into too much trouble. You guys should finish doing all this growing. And they are nearly finished. And get to the plant cutting, please. Thank you very much. Oh, we have a visitor. It is a Trebo. Trebo the Tender. Female archer of the Barrow of the Mountain. Age 33. And has a bow. They're a tribes person. A baseline human, mostly unmodified by gene engineering, and mostly unchanged by evolutionary pressures on non-Earth planets. Very good. What are they good at? They're pretty good in general. I don't think we want to start anything, though. We could capture this person if we wanted to. Turn on them and capture them and try and make them one of ours, but there's a couple things wrong with that. One, we would annoy the tribespeople that are there, and two, tribespeople are traditionally very hard to turn on your side, and I guess that's because tribespeople are very loyal to their tribe. It's not like they're on a contract or something. So we can trade with this person, which we're doing, with the only person who has any social ability whatsoever. We can sell them some components, which, no, we're not going to do, or we could buy some herbal medicine, a steel spear, a poor steel spear, that is, and 40 bird meat. Kind of don't want any of that. Well, herbal medicine might be good. I only have one, though, so we'll buy it. It's useful. It's there. We have low food. We'll sort that out preferably soon. How much food do we actually have? 4 there, 9 there. Yeah, that's not going to last very long. We may need to do some hunting. Or some gathering, actually. Why don't we do some gathering? Harvest. Only 3 berry bushes there. There's a few more up there. Okay, that's good. So they're going to harvest the berries off there. We don't really have any means to... Oh, good one. You failed, Atomic Blom. So did Dale. Yes, we might have to do some hunting after all. So... Goodbye, Trebo. Hopefully we'll be around to see you again soon. Let's now designate beds, now that we actually have some wood around. No. Not there, thank you very much. Bed, wood. I also didn't have the... What? Okay, right. We're naming the place. What should we name it? Well, I'm terrible with names. Why don't we call it... We're going to call it Doomed Valley. Why Doomed Valley? Because right now we kind of are doomed. And if we ever get to the point where we're not doomed, then it's a really, really off-putting name to make sure to, you know, intimidate our enemies with. So it's good on both ends of the scale. Anyway, where was I? Wooden beds. We want some wooden beds. Thank you very much. So we can get these people off sleeping spots and into some beds. The next thing we should probably work on is food. Definitely food. But I'm just thinking about where we want to put the hole. Yeah, you guys cut some wood down, that's fine. Right. Because we have a major food problem. That's the major problem. Who is the best at fighting? You have the survival rifle, which means you have the best, which also you are the hunter, which is good. So if I tell you to hunt some stuff, you're going to hunt them with the survival rifle, which is nice. We don't really want to mess with a megatherium. Trust me, it's not a good idea. Let's hunt some squirrels. And some rats. We can't be picky, we are survivors. So rat meat will do. I should unforbid that steel, which is over there. Let's hunt all them too. And Atomic Blom, being a hunter first and foremost, I think, we'll jump straight to it. We have a mad animal. You'll hunt. Mostly hunt. Thank you. Who's the mad hunt? Who is the mad haminal? And now I can't tell because I pressed OK instead of go to location. So this is not good. I have to keep my eye out for a squirrel that seems to be making a beeline for us over here. Okay. Draft. Melee attack the squirrel. We're alright. What happened to you? You got a scratch. You'll be okay. Probably. Hopefully it doesn't get infected. Well, undraft me. If I get infected, that's real bad. It's bad news bears. Atomic Blom is hunting, which is nice. Gonna take out the doe, the deer, the female deer. Is it a deer? No, it's an ibex. Right, and I healed from the scratch, which is nice. We don't actually have any medical beds or anything yet. Tell you what, we need to set owners for this. So you there, Direwolf there, and Atomic Blom there. And we have a fourth one, which we will make, for now, a medical bed. We get our 4th settler pretty quickly, so, or normally, we can't really tell. Cassandra may decide we don't get a settler quickly. We also want to set up some defences. Where are my sandbags? Security. Sandbags. And we're going to set them up like that. And like that. That should do it. And the other thing I'll do is when we're ready to do it, we'll block off this side. Alright, we still really need to focus on food though. And the problem with telling him to hunt is that I didn't actually set a dumping zone for him to take dead animals to. So that will be here. We need to set some rules for this. We'll just unclear all. Corpses, animal corpses. And allow rotten. Allow rotten. No. Good. Okay. So only fresh animal corpses will come here. We also need a butchering table. Production. Butcher table. Wood. We'll just stick it out here because it is just a slab of wood. And we'll put the fueled stove here. So they'll just take... What they'll do is they'll cut up the animal, take the meat in here, and then whenever they need to cook it, they'll take it straight out to the fueled stove. Good. Something small we might like to do is just set up horseshoes out there. We will not make that out of steel. We'll make that out of wood. There we go. I'm making the fueled stove first. Bills. Add bill. Cook simple meal. Do until we have 20. Right, all our hunted animals have been dragged back. So somebody who has butchering, and I think that is Atomic Blonde, because they are set to the cook, will end up taking these animals and turning them into glorious, glorious meat. Meat for our mouths, because we are on 7 survival packages, which is not good. Why did I go in Direwolf's room? It's very strange, me. Don't go in other people's rooms. Okay, since we've decided that's where the animals go, I think our hall should probably go here. Probably have to be moved at some point because we're probably going to want access to that geyser at some point. And of course, at the moment, we'll make you out of wood. This will be a nice big open space. The door in the front and the back. Oh, that's over the geyser. They don't actually walk over geysers, so we'll put the door over here. Asymmetrical. That's fine. Cancel that. Wooden wall. And make sure there's a wooden floor in here as well. Yes, I'm pretty sure I know I don't have enough wood for all of this, but we'll cut some more down. It'll be fine. In fact, we've already got more being marked for cutting down. A lot of the beginning of the game is that there is a lot to do, but not enough people to do it. So we'll just deconstruct those because we don't need them anymore. Yes, you harvest those berries, Direwolf. Harvest them good. And me. Yeah. Alright, berries are good because it means that we can make some simple meals from them. As you can see, Direwolf is doing exactly that. Which is excellent. Now it's rainy, which is not so bad. You colonists don't actually mind the rain. It might actually contribute to ugly environment. I'm not entirely sure. Consume. Consume. Why is no one able to butcher that? Cannot bury squirrel corpse. No empty grave. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I need to actually butcher creature. Do forever. There we go. Now, because I've set that to butcher forever, it means whoever can will just take animals and butcher them. Which is great. I know we have low food, but Direwolf is taking care of that. Don't worry. He's making us delicious meat meals out of deer meat. Or ibex meat. I keep doing that. I think we might be out of wood, because my character is just wandering around like an idiot. Oh, hello. When did that happen? A wanderer joins. A villager named Lena has arrived and joining Connie. She is a sculptor. Alright. So, I already know what I'm going to name you, but I don't have the name in front of me. You are a, what do you call it? It'll say under their character. A prostophile. If they don't have a prosthetic limb, then they get a mood debuff. If they get a prosthetic limb, then they get a major mood buff. I really like prostophile characters because they get a free 15 positive mood permanently if you can get them a prosthetic limb, which isn't that hard, especially with the mods we have installed. You're a pessimist, so you have a natural mood debuff, which is annoying, and you're naked. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna drop these. No, you drop the shirt too. There you go. And you will take this stuff. So now Lena will be happy that she's dressed, and my character will be happy because she's undressed. Great. Alright. I have to go find a name. I'll be right back. Okay, I found the name. So, this is the only time I'm ever going to recognize a first comment ever. So, Linnea, being our very first new settler, is going to be called Oprian Victor. Awesome. Oprian Victor was the first person to comment on the first episode of Rimworld, and so I decided when I was making the first episode that that was going to be the rule for our very first settler. And so it's the only time I personally, as a YouTube creator, will ever recognize a first comment as being special. So there you go. Oprian Victor, welcome to the Doomed Valley. Alright, and so I think, guys, that's actually a really good place to stop. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.